This sixth chakra was created in the human beings when he started thinking. Thinking is language expressed. If we do not have a language, we cannot think. But it does not mean there is no thought coming into us. If we cannot express it, it does not mean there is no thought process working in us. But at that subtle stage, when the thoughts are coming to us, they are not in language. So they are not communicated to us. And that's why if we do not have language, we cannot understand what we are thinking. That's why you must have seen children cannot communicate to us what they want because they cannot say what they are wanting. They feel the urge in the stomach and they want to ask for, say, water or something, but they can't say it to us. And that's why they cannot think what they have to say about. But afterwards, when you start thinking and putting it into language, that language is stored in our brain, as shown in the picture on the left-hand side and also on the right-hand side of that yellow and black. Then it comes back to us later on as thought waves, as if somebody is talking to us. But before the language starts, we can call it the inspiration or the thought process at the very early stage comes to us in certain forms. And those forms are in light and shade. They are not in language, but in light and shade. And after coming to Sahaja Yoga, if you go deep into your thoughts, you'll find they are nothing but lights and shade that are covering our Ajna Chakra. One after another, a light and shade like a circular lighthouse, they give a kind of a pattern in our head. Now these patterns are molded into language by us at a very early stage, and these are sort of filled into the cups of language, and then these cups are kept reserved in the brain and they come to us that way. When we think, we really understand it because it's a language that comes to us. So what happens to the animals? Do they think or not? They get a thought, an inspiration. But they won't be just thinking about it. Now these inspirations come to them as words when they start living with human beings. So these inspirations go into the thought again as we do. For example, you give somebody a name, say you call him say Tom or something you call a dog. So now he knows that this word means calling me. So he connects himself with that word. But when he does not have the word, when he is just an animal, he is just there, he doesn't think. That's why they are very spontaneous and we are not. Animals are extremely spontaneous, but because they do not think the way we think. And this has created the greatest problem for human beings, how to get beyond thoughts. It's a little complicated thing because perhaps I can see that very clearly as you cannot see the light. And then the light forms the language. And then language according to us, becomes our thoughts. But these thoughts are really conditionings on us, and they are not inspired things. They are not coming from inside, and that's why we are not spontaneous. For example, if I am sitting here, now I cannot keep quiet as a human being. I'll be thinking about something. I'll be thinking, what am I going to say? Then should I say this or not? Or if I say this, will that be all right or not? Will that go into their heads or not? All sorts of thoughts will be coming into my head. Then from one side, I will be questioning myself. From the other side, the answers will be coming. All right, you say this, and if you say like this, they may appreciate you. Go this way, that way, they will understand. Like that. You see, so the sorting out goes on in our brain through our experiences of this lifetime of ours. Whatever have been our experiences in this lifetime, in dealing with people, in getting experiences from others, all these are conditioned into our brain. And the whole thing becomes a thought process which comes to us through this interaction of thought and action and thought. We just start weighing which action to take, what thought to be put in, how to solve it, and we think we are analyzing ourselves. It's a very superficial thing. Actually, you do not analyze anything whatsoever. You do not. As I told you the other day, you do not do anything. So your thinking is nothing but a bubbling going on. Because when, it's like a sea even, which is so deep down, so quiet, when it touches the shore, it has a action and reaction. In the same way, when you are seeing at something, because your attention is outside, immediately a thought wave is created out of that, which goes back and gives you all the images about it, whatever you know about that particular thing, and it comes back to you as a thought process. It's going on all the time. And it can be so maddening that we cannot stop our thoughts. It just goes on like mad. You don't know, you can't sleep because thoughts are coming. Sometimes they could be horrifying, sometimes they are gratifying, sometimes romantic, sometimes absolutely negative, sometimes very positive, sometimes you feel I must do this, sometimes you feel I shouldn't do this. But when you actually do, you do not